Hello. So this was one of my early projects when it came to instrument building, and it all happened. I was playing a little bass for a while. I don't really play it very well or very often. I played a bit as a kid, and I was playing an acoustic bass guitar, and someone said, "Oh, it kind of sounds like a stand-up," and I thought, well, the only thing that sounds like a stand-up bass is a stand-up bass. And it's so I decided to build one, and this is what I did. And it also has some pickups in it, which I'm going to plug it in, and so we can hear how it sounds plugged in a little bit. The base was built with using bendy ply for the sides, and you can see it's got the regular base shape. And I just used some more of that bendy ply in a straight way where it wouldn't bend on the back. I like the look. It's pretty neat. Uh, has a cup holder. Actually, that's just sound hole so I can hear the sound up by me. And then an old camera stand leg is in it, and that's adjustable, so for up and down. And I built a custom tailpiece for it so I could use an electric guitar neck. Took the frets out, put some fret markers in there so it is fretless. Yeah, I've played it in church and different things, and it's good. I like it. It plays fine. It's not very loud acoustically. I had hoped it would have produced a little more tone acoustically. It's not a carved top. It's just got X bracing inside it, kind of like you do a standard steel string guitar, but on a much larger scale. And I used to have volume knobs on the volume pots, but I kept hitting them, so I just took them off. And I still have them, but I just took them off and thought I'd do without. And like I said, I've played it. I just don't have much cause to play it very often. And it is kind of big. It's not something you sit around in your easy chair and play, or it's not something you take on a trip. I have to put it in the back of my SUV to get it over here. But let's plug it in and see how it sounds through the cube, and we'll go from there. The little cube, it's not really a bass amp, it's more of a portable PA. I love this Roland cube. It can be powered by 8 AA batteries also, and it sits on a regular speaker stand, and it's kind of a fun portable rig to have. So here it is plugged in. So that's the story behind it. It's kind of a quick video. I built it a lot like I've built guitars. I made, whenever I've used bendy ply. This was my first effort ever with bendy ply for sides and a back. And I didn't even veneer over it. I just lacquered over the plywood. I know, not very fancy, but it actually looks pretty nice. It didn't come out too badly. It kind of reminds me of a big rowboat, but and it does have a long piece of doweling down the middle to kind of give it an extra tone rod and carry some extra sustain. It actually is a perfectly good working bass, and especially plugged in, it works great, and it's not at all uncomfortable to play. If you're comfortable playing in a stand-up version, which I've enjoyed, what I would tell you is if you wanted to do something like that, it's not a hard problem. I kind of did it in my head. I did a shape with a compass and just worked out some shapes and made a framework out of plywood that I could, 1/2-inch plywood that I could dowel together so it was this shape, and it was just a skeleton, and then glued bendy ply on, and then put the back and front on, and etc., just like I would a shortcut on a guitar. And it did work, and I'm pleased with that.